Hello, friends. Welcome to another Tune Tuesday. And tonight we are continuing with our 500 countdown of the greatest songs of all time by Rolling Stone magazine. We're starting tonight on number 400, and we're going to be going to 391. Let's kick it off with one by David Bowie called Station to Station, 1976. In 1975, looking for a change, Bowie fired his manager and moved to LA, where he let his cocaine habit flourish and made Station to Station, exploring ideas and what he called sound as texture. The 10-minute title track, a krautrock disco opus, referring to drugs and Kabbalah mysticism and somehow turning the European canon, is here. Into a get-down floor dance salvo, introducing the thin white Duke persona. Bowie later said that he didn't remember much about the recording, but it was one of the funkiest experiments in his career. Here it is, Station to Station. All right. Had to let that play a little longer just to get to where Bowie started singing on it. It's got a long lead in. Station at Station by David Bowie, taking up our 400 slot in the countdown. All right, moving on now to number 399. It's going to be Sylvester in a song called You Make Me Feel Mighty Cool, Mighty Real, 1978. Though San Francisco singer and queer icon Sylvester had explored rock and soul on earlier recordings, he soon adapted to the disco and then blanketing his neighborhood. He defiantly out-and-gay Castro. Sylvester co-wrote You Make Me Feel Mighty Real with guitarist James Warwick. It's over-the-top exuberance, a match for the singer's persona. At first, the band didn't want to play it as a dance tune, Warwick said. And Sylvester and I kept saying, no, you have to do it because that's what's on the radio. Here's Sylvester, $3.99. Mighty Real, $3.99 on the 500 greatest song countdown. Rolling Stone. All right, moving on now to 398, Duran Duran. Hungry Like the Wolf, 1982. It took Duran Duran many times to crack the U.S. radio, but MTV had more of an open mind. They wanted to show more bands. That's what singer Simone Diban said. Hungry Like the Wolf had a deeply Grammy mix of electronic guitars. Its riff was inspired by Mark Bolan and T-Rex, and was remixed until America could hear its charms. The action-packed video, shot in Sri Lanka, became a sensation. MTV got so many requests that people started requesting it on the radio. That's what Nick Rhodes said, and Duran, who was Duran's keyboardist. So it sort of quickly turned around. Here it is. Hungry like the wolf. Duran, Hungry Like the Wolf, picking up the 398 position on our countdown. Sounded great. All right, our next song, 397, from Public Enemy, Bring the Noise, 1987. When P.E. recorded Bring On the Noise for the 1987 movie version of Brent Easton Ellis' novel Less Than Zero, Chuck D wasn't much of a fan. I practically threw it out the window, he said. Then they started playing it live, and people went berserk. Jittery and screeching samples, cranked up BPM. It answered critics, dismissing the crew for their sedentary with a more everything, more speed, more sound, more proud references to their blackness. If they're calling my music noise, if they're saying that I'm really getting out of character being black, a black person in America, then that's fine, Chuck D told the Rolling Stone. I'm bringing more noise. Here it is, Bring On the Noise.
Too black, too strong.
Yo, Chuck, these early dribbles are still firm on us. Show them that we can do this, cause we always do this. Yeah, boy.
Bass, how low can you go? Death row? What a brother know. Once again, back is the incredible rhyme animal, the incredible D. Public Enemy #1. 5 folks said freeze, and I got numb. Can I tell them that I really never had a gun? But it's the wax that the Terminator X run. Now they got me in the cell, cause my records they sell. Cause a brother like me said, well, Farrakhan's a prophet, and I think you wanna listen to what they can say to you. What you wanna do is follow for now. How the people say, make a miracle, keep on the lyrical. Black is back, all in
Public Enemy. 397 on the countdown. I had to keep that one down a little bit, otherwise I'd have the people in the neighborhood come knocking on my door. Anyway, great song from the past. Public Enemy, 397 position. Moving on to 396, Elvis Costello, and the song is called Allison. Inspired according to his 2015 memoir by a beautiful checkout girl whose dreams he imagined would soon be squandered to a ruffian, and he, deceptively tender ballad of on Costello's debut album helped enshrine him as a post-punk's most gifted melodist. In 1977, Costello credited his hard-bitten lyrical style to the flat fact that there was nothing glamorous or romantic about the world at that moment. Nobody got the time or the money. Nevertheless, Costello attempted at the beautiful sound. On Allison, it was inspired in part by Jimi Hendrix' The Wind Cries Mary. They share a similarly crackly guitar tone. Here it is, Elvis Costello, Allison.
Oh, it's so funny to be seeing you after so long, girl. And with the way you look, I understand that you were not impressed. But I heard you let that little friend of mine take off your party dress. I'm not gonna get too sentimental like those other sticker valentines, 'cause I don't know if you are loving somebody. I only know it isn't mine. Allison, I know this world is killing you. Oh, Allison, my aim is true. Well, I see you got a husband now. Did you leave your pretty fingers lying in the wedding cake? You used to hold him right in your hand. I bet it took all he could take. Sometimes I wish that I could stop you from talking when I hear the silly things that you say. I think somebody better put out the big light, 'cause I can't stand to see you this way. Allison, I know this world is killing you. Oh, Allison, my aim is true.
All right, Elvis Costello and Allison.
My aim is true.
Taking up the 396 position, Elvis Costello.
Aim is true.
All right, moving on to 395, we've got Africa, Bambaataa, and the Soul Sonic Force, and a song called Planet Rock from 1982. The seminal 12-inch single is the sum of the South Bronx DJ Africa Bambaataa polyglot inspirations. There was Kraftwerk and Ennio Morricone's theme music from Sergio Leone's Fistful of Dollars trilogy, Captain Sky, Super Spawn. And more subtly, the pingy delights of the 80s arcade games. John Robbie added keyboards. Boston producer Arthur Baker rendered it. In all, though, the Roland TR-808 in PCM and Rappers Soulsonic Force brought a unique start and stop, call and repose, party rock and style, and they call it MC Poppin'. It made for the first definitive hip-hop sound on wax, electro funk.
People, can yo get funky?
There it is.
Soulsonic Force, can yo get funky? The Zulu Nation, can yo get funky? Yeah, just hit me. Just hit the funk and hit me. Just get on down and hit me. That body just getting so funky now, hit me. Yeah, just hit me.
Chase your dreams about the streets. Make your body sweat. Socialize. Get down. Let your soul lead the way. Shake it now.
Go, ladies.
It's a living dream.
Love, life, live.
Come play the game.
I'm rolling free.
Do it to one for the queen. The Soulsonic Force. Mr. Big Power. MC Clothing emphasize the show. We got ego. Make this your night. Step it right.
In my day, as the people say, live it up, shut.
So work or pay. Our world is free. Be what you be to me.
All right. It's another one I can't turn up all the way. Wow. Got some deep bass beat there going on. Listen to that. That's great, isn't it? All right, man. African Bambaataa and the Soulsome Force on that. Wow. All right, our next one in the 394 position, Jeff Buckley, a song called Grace from 1994. Describing himself as, among other things, the warped love child of Nina Simone and all four members of Led Zeppelin, singer-songwriter Jeff Buckley has a unique, promising talent who released only one album in 1994, Grace, before he died drowning in the Mississippi River. Buckley wrote the lyrics to the album, an incandescent title track, after saying goodbye to his girlfriend at the airport. His close collaborator, Gary Lucas, came up with the searing, spiraling guitar line. The impact was like hearing Chet Baker reborn in the 90s, playing a cool Lower East Side bar. Here's Jeff Buckley, Grace.
Long enough for clouds to fly me
Jeff Buckley. Taking up the 394 position on our 500 countdown. Rolling Stone Magazine on Tune Tuesday. Thank you for stopping in. Always good to see you, my friend. Hope you're enjoying the countdown. This is our 11th show as we go through these. We're going to go all the way to number 1 eventually. It's going to take quite a few weeks to go through these, but we'll intermingle other things. Like last week, I just did Just Being Kaz and sang some songs on some of the gigs that I did out there for you. And maybe we'll have a gig out there, maybe. If not, just tune in here to Tune Tuesday. All right, our next number in the countdown, 393, by soul, Mr. James Brown. Say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. 1968. In 68, as the protests against the Vietnam War raged, the godfather of soul put out a patriotic track called America Is My Home. Not long after, activists placed a fake bomb in Brown's hotel room. One of the singer's next singles took on a markedly different tone. Both politically, he said, we'd rather die on our feet than be living on our knees. And musically, replacing an easy look of America Is My Home with an agitated funk missile. Say It Loud was a bigger hit than his predecessor, reaching number 1 on the R&B chart, in addition to becoming a Black Power anthem. Here's James Brown. Love that soul, James Brown. Love the horns in those soul bands. Yeah. Say it loud and say it proud. James Brown taking up the 393 position on our countdown. Thanks again for tuning in to Tune Tuesday. Hope you're enjoying the show. I could see my beer is just about gone, so our show must be pretty much over. We've got 2 more songs. We'll wrap it up. Here's number 392, a song by Coldplay. It's called Fix You. From the frayed ends of this falsetto to his heart on the sleeve lyrics, Chris Martin's earnestly gives his gift. He reaches for the biggest emotion that he can. And when he connects, the results feel colossal. What gives Fix You is a special charge. It starts as a simple ballad for his then wife, Gwyneth Paltrow, And then the drums crash in, cueing harmonies that cross the cheese of the journey and the stringently of Bowie's heroes, and elevating the song to an instant standard. Just this year, BTS uncovered it on MTV Unplugged. Here's Fix You by Coldplay.
When you try your best but you don't succeed, when you get what you want but not what you need, when you feel so tired but you can't sleep, stuck in reverse, and the tears come streaming down your face, when you lose something you can't replace, when you love someone but it goes to waste, could it be worse? Lights will guide you home and ignite your bones, and I will try to fix you. And high above or down below,
All right. Pretty number by Coldplay called Fix You, taking up our 392nd position on the countdown. Hey, the beer is gone, so this is going to be our last song coming up. 391 is their Church in a song called Springsteen from 2011. Over his career, country firebrand Church has proven he can write great songs about great songs. And he may never top his 2011 ballad, in which Springsteen's music unlocks a flood of teenage memories. I went to a concert when I was younger with a girl, and to this day, when I hear that artist, it's soundtracked to that girl, Church recalls. I never think about her any time at any other time except when that song is on. That's where Springsteen came from, and it seemed to be the perfect guy to craft that story around because of my love for him. Here's Springsteen by Eric Church.
To this day, when I hear that song, I see you standing there on that lawn. Discount shades, store-bought tan, flip-flops and cut-off jeans. Somewhere between that setting sun, I'm on fire, I'm born to run. You looked at me and I was done. We're just getting started. I was singing to you, you were singing to me. I was so alive, never been more free. Fired up my daddy's lighter and we sang, oh, 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 oh. Stayed there till they forced us out and took the long way to your house. I can still hear the sound of you saying, don't go. When I think about you, I think about 17. I think about my old dream. I think about the stars in the sky. Funny how
taking up the 391 position. That's our last song on the countdown. Thanks for tuning in. It's Tom Kaz. See you next time. Out.